Larry Bird wasn't just a basketball legend, he was a walking comedy show with a deadly jump shot. From savage comebacks to hilarious pranks and mind games, these are the funniest Larry Bird stories you never heard before. The tales of Bird's legendary wit are just as renowned as his championship titles. One of the most hilarious moments came when a young, confident rookie named Clyde Drexler found himself on the wrong end of Bird's quick wit. Before the game even started, Bird casually strolled up to him and said that he couldn't stop him. Drexler, full of confidence but unaware of what was coming, shot back, "We'll see." With a smirk, Bird replied, "You're a rookie. You don't know anything." Then, without missing a beat, he scored 10 consecutive points right in Drexler's face. Drexler's coach could only chuckle, realizing that Bird hadn't just outplayed the rookie physically, he had completely outsmarted him. That was Bird's brilliance. He didn't just play the game, he played with you. His humor was sharp, yet somehow charming. When George McCloud attempted to guard him, Bird didn't even wait for the game to start before asking if he couldn't find someone who at least had a prayer. Just moments later, he sank a jumper over McCloud and flashed a grin at the bench. Bird didn't need any theatrics, just impeccable timing. His humor was so witty that it could hush an entire arena while making them laugh all at once. Bird's quick wit really shone in high-pressure moments. During a memorable Christmas Day game, Indiana Pacers guard Chuck Person told reporters he was going bird hunting. Bird caught wind of that and stored it away for later. In the heat of the game, he drained a three-pointer right in Person's face, turned around and said, "Merry fucking Christmas." The crowd went wild. That was Bird, cool, hilarious, and confident enough to turn jabs into legendary moments. Larry Bird had this uncanny ability to predict his own highlights with almost ridiculous accuracy. In one nail-biting game, he confidently told his teammates in the huddle exactly where he planned to take the game-winning shot. And sure enough, he nailed it, turned to the bench, and with a straight face said, "Damn, I didn't mean to leave any time on the clock." Even when the pressure was on, Bird kept his sense of humor intact, using it as a shield against fear. His teammates adored him for it, while his opponents couldn't stand it. But everyone watching knew they were witnessing something extraordinary, a player who could blend laughter with greatness. Bird's competitive spirit seeped into everything he did, often in the most amusing ways. At an event in Barcelona, he and a bunch of other players were asked to sign 80 basketballs. While most took their sweet time, spending 10 to 15 minutes on it, Bird, ever the competitor, decided to race against the clock. He finished in just 4.5 minutes, tossed his pen down, and exclaimed as if he had just sunk a game winner. It was absurd, and hilarious Larry Bird couldn't resist turning even autograph signing into a competition. His love for the game was too strong not to compete, and he cherished winning too much to skip celebrating, no matter how trivial the victory seemed. That unique mix of humor and dominance is also seen in how he interacted with both teammates and rivals. When Scottie Pippen attempted to block one of his jump shots, Bird chuckled mid-air and said, "Scott, you jump high, but not that high." The ball swished through the net as Pippen landed, powerless to stop it. Moments like that highlighted Bird's mental edge, his knack for disarming elite athletes with just a single witty remark. His words never came off as mean. They were simply matter of fact. He had a special way of delivering truths that were both funny and a bit painful, proving that comedy and confidence could easily coexist. Even in the locker room, Bird's personality was the heartbeat of his teams. He wasn't just a superstar. He was the one who made everyone feel at ease, even before the biggest games. Before one tip-off, he was tired but grinning, telling his teammates that he was feeling a bit worn out today and might take it out on them. Then he hit the court and dominated, showing that his humor wasn't just a show, it was his secret weapon. He once joked about munching on hot dogs all day before a big game, then went out and scored effortlessly, turning self-deprecation into pure motivation. For Bird, the funnier the story, the better he played. Teammates like Kevin McHale often said Bird was the perfect blend of comedian and competitor. He could roast you one moment and lift you the next. His sharp wit wasn't about showing off, it was about creating energy. He kept things light during tense moments, reminding everyone that basketball was meant to be enjoyable. But for opponents, it was a different story. Many have recounted how Bird would humiliate them with perfectly timed jabs that lingered for years. Brad Daugherty once recalled Bird saying, "Fly, Bird," right before sinking a jumper in his face. Xavier McDaniel remembered Bird predicting where he'd score, then doing just that and walking away without a word. Dominique Wilkins laughed about Bird making impossible shots while looking just as surprised as everyone else. Every story ends the same. Bird talked, laughed, and backed up every word. His humor wasn't loud or over the top, it was sharp and to the point. He didn't waste words, which made his trash talk hit even harder. During one game, a rookie defender chased Bird the entire length of the court, desperate to stop him. After Bird sank a jumper, he turned and said quietly, "You did all that running for nothing." That was the essence of Larry Bird. He didn't just beat you, he made you question your life choices while doing it. Tall defenders would hear him say that he can shoot over you all day, and then watch helplessly as he did just that, time and time again. Off the court, Bird's sense of humor was just as legendary as his skills on the court. He had a knack for pulling pranks, especially when it helped lighten the mood during those grueling long seasons. There was that one time he squeezed himself into a locker, just waiting to jump out and give Dennis Johnson a good scare before practice. And then there was the warm-up session where he pretended to shoot three-pointers without a ball, mimicking the motion while defenders instinctively leaped to block him. He laughed so hard that he nearly cried. It wasn't about being mean, it was about creating bonds. His humor brought everyone together, made those long seasons a bit more bearable, and turned practices into something players actually looked forward to. Bird understood that laughter could forge connections just as effectively as teamwork. His sharp wit didn't stop when he left the court either. At charity games, All-Star weekends, and various public events, Bird was always armed with a joke or a playful challenge. He would bet with players on who could sink more three-pointers, tease dunkers by saying he would do that, but he wouldn't want to embarrass you and leave reporters in stitches with his candid remarks. One time, a journalist asked if he thought he was the best player alive. Without missing a beat, Bird replied, "He's not sure, but he's definitely in the conversation." That was classic Bird, confident yet charming, proud but playful. Fans adored it because it wasn't arrogance, it was confidence served with a wink. Even years after he hung up his sneakers, Bird's humor is still woven into the fabric of NBA lore. Players who never shared the court with him still quote his lines. Younger stars watch his old highlights not just to analyze his game, but to catch the legendary quips he made. Bird transformed trash talk into a form of storytelling, and that storytelling became part of his legacy. His jokes continue to echo in locker rooms, still bringing laughter and reminding everyone that he was just as funny as he was fierce. He changed how athletes approached mental games, proving that the mind could be just as potent a weapon as physical talent. What made Bird's humor so effective was its authenticity. Growing up in French Lick, Indiana, he developed a working-class, no-nonsense sense of humor, dry, blunt, and perfectly timed. He didn't just talk to entertain, he talked to win. Every quip had a purpose, and every line carried weight. He had a knack for understanding people, knowing exactly what would get under their skin, and he wielded that knowledge like a true craftsman. Yet, it never came off as cruel. His confidence stemmed from his genuine nature, and that authenticity made his humor hit with double the impact. Bird's comedic timing was a reflection of his playing style, clean, precise, and fearless. He never forced it or faked it. He could read a room just as well as he read a defense. He knew when to pause, when to jab, when to flash a smile, and when to deliver that line that would send everyone into fits of laughter. He was like a stand-up comic in sneakers, using laughter to set the rhythm of the game. And just like his jump shot, his delivery was nothing short of perfection. These days, when folks talk about Larry Bird, they don't just think of the trophies or the MVP awards, they remember the moments that made them laugh out loud. They recall the Christmas Day, "Merry fucking Christmas" line, the rookie humiliation, the pranks, the playful bets. and how he could turn an arena into both a battlefield and a comedy club. Bird was more than just a basketball legend. He was a master entertainer, a guy who could tear you apart with a grin and leave you smiling while he did it. Larry Bird's legacy proves that greatness doesn't have to be all serious and stoic. It can be clever, humorous, and refreshingly honest all at the same time. He demonstrated that confidence can walk hand in hand with laughter, that being dominant doesn't mean you can't have fun, and that sometimes the best way to win is to get everyone, your teammates, your rivals, and even the fans laughing along with you. Bird's stories will be shared for generations, not just because of his incredible skills on the court, but because of the joy he brought to the game. He didn't just play basketball, he made it unforgettable. One joke, one grin, and one perfect shot at a time. Which of Larry's funny stories did you find interesting? Let's know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification button for more updates like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the